Hello guys, this is TV Coder here. In today's video I will teach you about the continue of previous part. And last video we already know about some layouts to connect from the layouts to our contents with using the blade templates. So we already learned also connect with the Laravel Collective and put the service container on it, and also use the objects from the HTML from Laravel Collective for the scripts. So I will teach about how to connect your CSS data from the previous project. So let's get started. So open your text editor. Open the previous the yesterday video, and there it is, our CSS, our HTML, and need to open your command prompt here to turn on our server, and cd hello world, and php-s localhost is the port name is 1000. It's up to you to name your own port, but I will using 1000 to make it easier to understand for myself. And the 7 is run. So I will to connect with my Bootstrap, and you need to go to the website. This is very good CSS template, and this download it, and you can also use npm, but it's not needed for right now. For my tutorial I will use a manual one. Just download your Bootstrap, and it's zip, and need to copy for my easily to extract. I will extract here, and to rename, it's still a Bootstrap. I need to copy again to our project, and you need to store, you must store on the public folder. There is some CSS or JS, but I will put in a separate project folder. It's a Bootstrap, and the CSS is bootstrap.min.css, and I will to connect this CSS. Just simply just like this, HTML style is Bootstrap, and the folder name is Bootstrap. It's a CSS, and also Bootstrap .min.css. Let's see how it goes. Localhost 1000 hello. Okay, it's still on the previous project, and there it goes. Since we're using Bootstrap, I also to design to make it prettier, says like this, and this is my index. I need to use div class container. For this container, you can check is on your Bootstrap documentation. I would put the links in this video description down below as well. And div class is on row. Row is for some elements, which is you put another elements after this row it will enter on the new line. It's really simple. You don't need to use your manual CSS, but if you had dislikes the position of the bootstrap rules, you can also override them by making your own CSS file. You just overwrite the code and it's ready to go. And I will put on the h4. H4 is heading on the 4th fonts. It's smaller than h3, h2 and h1, but I think it smallest all of the headings from the first one. And I'll put on the hello world, and Rio is HR. And there it goes, it's more prettier. And you can also use the form. Let me put the div class again, this row again, and I will put the forms. The normal ones usually is form method post like here, but we only using like this is HTML open. The name of the URL, you can also use the routes. URL is I will put the blanks because I'm not make a new file for connect another page, but I will make the templates is a method post, and is class of form horizontal, and don't forget to close HTML close. You don't need a semicolon from the blade templates like this, and put the HTML token because by default Laravel using a CSRF token to make it secure when user put the forms. I really don't know what the details in the backend, so as far as I know, it's for a security when the user put the forms and access to the backend server. But you can also disable it, but I'm clueless to find out. But I trying to find another one by googling, but I will let you know on the next week, I hope. And I will continue this tutorial, and this is HTML token, and I will put the label, but I will using a div class row. But before we put on the row again, I will put a container to make it this inside this element is wrap div class container, and is wrap, and this one I will put on the div class is a column, small is 2, What is this? You can check it out also on the Bootstrap documentation. It's really easy if you read on this documentation. There is a grid system. It's right here. You can research what you like to see and need to research to what you think for your own taste on this design, on this template. So it's up to you for design. It's called SM2. I will put a center block. And we put on the labels. It's HTML label. We'll put on the text. This is the ID, and the text, the real text is on the second parameter. Insert your text here. And I will put the class, but the third parameter is always array because it's for elements for the IDs and the class, and it is control label. And I will put on the full right and div class from SM for center block. And this one I will put on the text, HTML text is name, whatever you like, but I will put the name of text, make it the same like this to make it use another programmer understand what I type. And I will leave the blanks here. The second parameter is only for placeholder, or also the values here, sorry, not placeholder but the values, but I leave on this on the blank side. And the third parameter is like the same like this, using class and using form control, and also pull left. Since this form grid is total up to only 12, you can do the math like this. 8 is 8 and 4 is 12. There is lots of documentation. You have to use it. If you guys like what you saw, you can just test it, just copy and put a paste on your code. And we'll continue the tutorial. The last one I will use in div class again to make sure the design is really beautiful to look. Block, and I leave this empty. Okay, I need to save and refresh. Method open is not exist. I will check on the Laravel Collective because I really forgot. You can open this. Need to find out more. HTML forms. Oh, it's form, not HTML. Sorry guys. It's form, not HTML. Really sorry. And the form, and until the close one. and it's to refresh, and there it goes. But I need to another buttons to make it submit user input. I will copy this and paste, but the difference is I will put on only the 2 grids, and it's a center block, and it's a full right, and I will put on the submit, not label, submit, and there is only 2 parameters, and submit is submit the input, and the class you cannot use a controllable because it's not the label or the text input or free text for another programmer, for another name of the text input, and the class is what btn info. There is lots of type of the button. You can also info, also a danger, also a success or default one. There's also, you have to see on this awesome documentation, and there is a button option for the styling. You can see what on this right here. Okay, continue where we left, and I will save my project and put the refresh, and it's still narrow with distance with the text area. Sorry, not text area, but the text input. For that thing, that means I need to make a distance. I'll put another row here and make it some space. NBSP is no backspace. I will save. Still not very well. Plus row, container, it's not put in the bottom, and need to make another styling, and its ID is a button SBMT. I will make another CSS file, CSS styles.css, make another file, and the styles.css, and need to manipulate the position of the submit button. Need to copy the ID elements and paste, and since the ID you need to use the hash signs and put the position relative and make it margin top is 50 pixels, and still not work. I need to remove the JavaScript because it's really a noise. I will remove the alert, so this one, and also this one. Need to close the unnecessary websites, those other tabs. I think it's not work. I need to use inspect elements. Oh, I'm wrong I'm really sorry. It's very wrong place to put. Okay, that is should solve the problems. And that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry for my mistakes from the previous part of the beginning and the process to results like this one. I'm really sorry. And if you guys like my contents, make sure you guys will subscribe to my channel, put the thumbs up on my videos, and please check out my Facebook page and my Twitter account. Make sure you guys follow, like them. I will put my social media links in this video description down below. Next week I will put on the processing when the user click this submit button on the backend process. So thank you guys for watching, and see you next time at the next week. Bye bye for now.